So Ole Miss always meant family to me.
Ole Miss means to me family.
Ole Miss to me means family.
I think I've always associated Ole Miss with like family. But
Ole Miss truly means home. I think it means friendship. I think it means love. I think it means care. I think it means life.
My name is Pryor Murley. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, and my major is biochemistry.
My name is Maggie Scott. I am from New Albany, Mississippi, and I'm a chemistry major.
I'm Caroline Brock. I'm from Greenwood, Mississippi, and I'm a public health major.
My name is Georgia Samsel. I'm a senior from Byhalia, Mississippi, and I'm a biology major on the pre-med track.
I'm Evan Grace Brandstetter. I am from Collinsville, Mississippi, and I'm a communication sciences and disorders major.
I'm Lizzie Ratliff. I'm from Flowood, Mississippi, and I'm an English and public policy leadership double major on the pre-law track.
My women's council experience has been nothing short of amazing. Just from the family to the friends you make and the council just always being there for you. It's just felt like a family I've had in my 4 years at college.
I can't imagine my college experience being anything even remotely close to what it was without the Women's Council. From the philanthropic events, the opportunities, the mentorship, the free meals, the snacks, but it was just was so incredible.
My Women's Council experience has been one that you can't find words to describe. I feel like I have been surrounded by so many amazing women that have been just a mom to me, like a mom away from my mom.
Part of the Women's Council that has had the greatest impact on me is probably the mentorship part. College is a very hard time and you're just adjusting to so many life changes. So having somebody there for you, whether it's your life mentor, your career mentor, even your peer mentor, I think that's probably made the biggest impact on me.
I have been set up with such incredible mentors. I feel like they work so hard to find people that are really going to be able to impact your life positively and help me in however I need. I've been able to shadow one of my mentors. Another one helped me get my internship last summer in Dallas, and just so many things. And they're always so happy to help because they understand the impact of this program.
It's just awesome to have people like looking out for you, and they really care. And I cannot say thank you enough to all my mentors.
Even like unintentional mentorship through like older scholars just being like, this is what I did, this is how I adapted to this situation, but also the councilwoman and like me and Suzanne Timms like this. She's been such like a inspiration and like a confidence builder for me.
Margaret Kayat, Marianne Frugier, and Katie Hester, they have been like my big three. Biggest cheerleaders, biggest supporters, and I mean, I could only ever hope that I would mimic like part of my life the way that they've done theirs, or carry on the legacy that they've given to me.
I've made so many amazing friends through all these fellow scholars. I mean, everyone is so incredible, and there's so many people that I know I probably wouldn't have even met without the Women's Council. If I'm doing anything like philanthropic or going to any sort of club thing, I can usually count on at least one fellow scholar to be there, and it just makes everything so fun. It's just such an amazing group of college kids, and I am so thankful that I've gotten to meet each and every one of them.
I've loved getting to know each and every one of you. I'm so grateful that we've had this experience together, and I really appreciate how different we all are, and I hope everyone excels in the different paths they're going on, and I'm so grateful for your friendship.
I would like to say thank you to my fellow scholars for just always being there for me, whether it's just a listening ear or going to get dinner or whatever it may be. College is not easy, but just thank you for being there through it all.
I love each and every single one of them to like the truest word. Just being able to have so much support among each other. Like when I work at the little desk in the Union Street, he'll always stop and say, hey. And I think that's something that really like speaks to me is people like, we all know each other, like that's brother and sister. Like we're kin now. And I think just being able to have that like group family has always been something that I can rely on, especially since we're all so different. And I think that's what really makes it much more meaningful to me.
I think personally I've benefited the most from the master classes because we go over different topics that I normally wouldn't be exposed to in my everyday classes.
All the speakers, they're all so inspiring. They've all shared different stories, and I mean, I didn't know there was so much out there and different kinds of people and different people coming from different places, and they show a whole nother side to service and philanthropy, and it's inspired me to want to serve and give back for the rest of my life.
I would say that Red Plate Supper was the biggest programming thing that I loved the most. I love getting to see the councilwomen, especially when we had the councilwoman Red Plate Supper, where all of them were there, and it was just like, it's not that it was casual, but you get to just kind of ask them, like, what are you doing in your life? You know, what did you major in when you were at Ole Miss? What are the things that you love about the university? When we're in masterclass, we do a lot of like listening, but at Red Plate Suppers, we do a lot of talking. And I think the best part about that is talking gets you to know experiences. And so the more you get to know people, the more you feel connected to people.
My favorite Women's Council memory might have to be our Fayetteville trip, my sophomore year. Just the second we got on the bus, we hadn't really gotten to talk to the freshmen a lot yet, and we all just immediately clicked, and it was such a fun weekend filled of laughing and bonding, and the town was beautiful. The programming was awesome.
The Arkansas trip was, in fact, a trip.
We saw so many amazing things in Arkansas that I had no idea was there. We got to go to the University of Arkansas, we got to walk around Fayetteville, but also it gave us the opportunity to really bond with our peers.
The Arkansas sophomore freshman trip, probably one of the most fun weekends. We got so much closer with our grade, but also the freshmen, and it was awesome. I remember the Mildred Cooper Chapel, probably the prettiest thing I've ever seen. And then all the museums and speakers, it was a great weekend.
The OMWC Olympics always gets me good because the freshmen were so nervous, and we were like, guys, this is playtime. I said, you do not have to be scared of these councilwomen. They are here to support us, and they love when we are goofy and silly. We're making up a dance to a random song. We're playing croquet in Mary Haskell's backyard.
My favorite Women's Council memory is we had a Red Plate Supper. I tend to drive the same people. I have all these scholars in my car, and I'm thinking I can just pull forward out of the spot and drive around, and there's a sidewalk in front of my car at this church, and I don't know that. So my car just suddenly lifts all the way up, and I'm just like, there's nothing to be done. We have to reverse. I reverse. My car absolutely slams like into the sidewalk. Like it goes pow, and I was like, okay, my bumper's completely gone. But they let me drive after that, so I still drive people around.
I would have to say freshman year, Dolly Parton was probably like the coolest thing ever when we got to honor her with the Legacy Award. I love Dolly Parton, so it was like so cool to even like be in the same like room as her, but to hear her sing and just hear about like her legacy and like all she's done. That was probably my favorite memory.
For my GLC, I used it on a Study USA trip for the ASHA convention, the American Speech and Hearing Association convention in Boston, Massachusetts. It really put into perspective like what audiology really meant to me.
For GLC, I went to Florence, Italy. I studied an art history class, the Great Renaissance Artists of Florence. I went to so many cool places like the Uffizi, the Accademia. I got to see the Statue of David. But my favorite part, I think, of the whole experience was walking across the Ponte Vecchio every morning to go to class. And so for me, I think that was probably one of the most, life-changing moments ever. I'd never gotten on a plane before. Without the GLC, I'd never get to do that. It showed me that I can not only just be myself in another country, but that I can thrive in an environment that I've never been in before.
I used the GLC scholarship to go to Florence, Italy. I was able to partake in a culture and cuisine course where we got to just learn about the culture and cuisine of Italy. We lived in an apartment, with people who live there all the time. And so just getting to immerse myself in their daily lives.
I was able to go to Paris, France for 6 weeks. Genuinely, hands down, it was the best 6 weeks of my life. And no doubt I would not have been able to go abroad without the GLC fund. The expansion of my cultural horizons, the things I got to see, the trips I got to take. We went to London, Switzerland, and Cannes. We took history of fashion in Paris, our class.
To the donors and the council members, thank you so much. I would have never been able to go to a university like Ole Miss, especially like getting the resources that I got while I was here.
I'm so incredibly grateful for everything you've done for us. I can't even begin to explain the impact that this has had on me and my college experience.
My Women's Council experience has been something I'm so beyond grateful for. I seriously did not expect anything like this. I've had the greatest opportunities, experience I've never thought I would get to experience, and just I've met so many people through it.
Without this opportunity, I don't think I would have became the woman that I am today without that backbone of support that has come from every single person throughout the process.
Anything that I need, it comes from the council women. I look at them as just as big of a part of my family as my actual family. I wish there were a better way that I could describe like my experience with Women's Council, because it's been life-changing.
Just their commitment to helping keep it running and understanding the aim of the program and how it changes each and every one of our lives in so many different ways. I'm just so thankful that all of them keep their commitment to making this program the best that it can be.
Thank you to the council members and donors so much. None of this would be possible without y'all and without your generous hearts. Not only does it make college easier, obviously, with the scholarship, but just the connections and the lifelong friendships and the things that we've gotten to do because of y'all.
The council women, I mean, oh my gosh, thank you. You would never know how much you poured into me and into my life and the impact that you had on me. I mean, there's nothing like that in a lifetime, really.
I can't thank y'all enough. This has been the greatest 4 years because of Women's Council. If it weren't for y'all, I would not be able to be here. And there's been so many awesome experiences that I would not have had if it weren't for y'all. So thank y'all. I can't say thank you enough.
I just cannot imagine my past few years without having the Women's Council as people to talk to, just somewhere to escape, and just a source of stability in my life, because obviously college has its ups and downs, but I can always count on being able to talk to someone or just go sit in silence in the office.
The way that they've been there for me has taught me a new way of how to be there for other people, and how they have loved me has taught me a new way on how to love other people.
I've started to see myself differently, and now I don't really think about so much as like the great life I want to live one day, but also what I can do for the community.
I knew how much service and philanthropy meant, but they've just shown a whole nother world of it. I know how important it is now, and it's inspired me to really want to give back and continue forever.
The biggest thing has been the networking opportunities and the ability to really grow myself in my communication, seeing how the councilwomen and everyone associated with Women's Council holds themselves with such poise and grace. And I think just learning from them and being able to talk to them has just helped me really grow into myself and see who I want to be.
It just not only made me better as like a student and like in the professional world, but also just bettered me as a person.
It kind of just formed me into like the most perfect version of myself, and just made me so much more confident, and everything that I've gotten through the Women's Council just has made me into who I am today.
These women, you know, especially when you were a freshman, they don't know you completely, but they love you anyways. Like somehow they like read you on paper and they're like, yeah, I love Lizzie, or I love this new freshman. And then they get to watch you grow up as a sophomore and a junior and not senior year. And they get to support you like senior year. Is so sweet. But the way that they've loved me taught me how much I could substantially love other people without any qualifications. And how well you could pour into people just because of how well someone else has poured into you. So I never thought, like, when I was like growing through Women's Council, like I knew I'd grow academically and I knew I would grow older, honestly, but I never thought about how deeply I could love other people until I saw the way that other people could love so deeply in me.